Greetings everybody. Let's take a look in gold market right now. So actually gold is providing even less changes than in euro currency. You can see in fact in the second session in a row we're getting the inside session. So yesterday it was inside of the Tuesday, now it's inside of the Wednesday, and actually performance is slowing down. Probably partially it might be explained by the visit of the Donald Trump to the China, because definitely not only corporate affairs will be discussed there, but geopolitics and of course the overall global finances as well. So it might bring a lot of unexpected decisions, and from that point of view probably investors just do not want to make big bets on any market. So although on the gold market, as I said yesterday, overall performance doesn't look bearish. So compared to euro currency it stands different, and we explained yesterday why it stands so. The probable decisions and probably news from the China even could increase the scale of these events. So that's why I still think that on the gold market we do not have yet a suitable stop for taking any shorts position, and it seems that market is more gravitating to the upper performance. I don't know whether it makes sense to suggest a kind of the upside butterfly here. Theoretically you could do it by yourself, just recognize potential pattern, but definitely this level where market stands right now, it will be very important, because downside breakout here, it's immediately will break this harmonic structure that we have a kind of hand shoulders pattern with the symmetry to the right and left, and breakout here will destroy it. Automatically it will increase the scale of the possible downside butterfly forming, and continuation here back down at least to the 45 area once again, but probably in this case it will be even deeper. So 44 might be completed, and actually we could get here just a BCD pattern at least to the downside of this scale. So if you suggest taking long positions, it should be done against these lows. You do not need to place too far stops hiding below this area, so it'll be quite enough to take it against this one, or even against this one if you are limited with the assets and you can't afford to place it here. So on the overall picture, some things we already mentioned, that this type of the performance and fast upside pullback, it doesn't look bearish. So bearish market usually develops differently, and mostly it remains the consolidation and preparation for possible upward action. Besides, as days are passing, we are actually getting more signs of the possible bullish dynamic pressure. So you can see market stands flat while the MACD shows on the downside direction. So it suggests that it might be the bullish dynamic pressure, where there is once again possible upward breakout. I don't know whether it makes sense to consider a kind of the diamond shape here, but at least you can see that market from the widening action now is turning to the narrowing action. It means that the consolidation slowly but stubbornly is coming to an end, and the release of the power that's accumulated here probably should come fast, either maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in the beginning of the next week, when we will get the first results of the meeting with Donald Trump and Xi Jinping. So that's just common thoughts that we have. On the hourly chart we also have some minor bullish signs. They are not decisive, maybe they are not so important, but at least this once again they are showing that market is not bearish. So market twice has tested these lows, forming almost equal lows here. It's not typical with the performance of the possible bearish action. So market usually behaves absolutely differently in this case. We've got minor reversal bar, and you can see market is accelerating. I don't know, could we treat it as a kind of the head and shoulders, but you could see that some signs of it exist, so some signs of the bullish reversal, something like this. It might become the starting point for a possible upward action here. Maybe not a breakout, but at least market could try to stay inside of some consolidation here. This might be some kind of the ABCD, as we suggested yesterday. So it might be kind of the performance back to the top, or somewhere near it in some shape. So maybe we'll get something like this. It's quite possible, and fits the idea of the possible narrowing performance. Simultaneously, that's called is actually remains in the consolidation for now. It doesn't break it. That's very probable in the current circumstances. So that's actually what we have. We do not consider taking any shorts. If you'd like to go long, you could do it either against these lows if you have limited ability with the funds, or better to do it against these lows, because I think that this is really vital area for the short-term bullish scenario. Its breakout immediately will lead to the stronger downside performance. Well, that's probably all for now. See you tomorrow.